This episode was suggested by Brad, Gothic Thylacine, Cynthia Seymour, and White Abario Star 142. You've made your voices heard. Thank you all, and now it's time for me to deliver. Let's finally talk about Sandman on this episode of Derby Profile. Let's go! First up, the stats. Now, it seems like we're catching a little bit of a running theme here. 8 starts. For the third time in a row, it's an 8. Just one too many for a casino. 888 Nate, just like my name. 8 starts, 3 wins, 1 second, and 2/3. And earnings of $1.25 million. For major races, he has quite a few. He actually has been on the Kentucky Derby trail since the very beginning, with a 5th in the Iroquois, getting him 1 point. He was 3rd in the Street Sense with 3 points, 2nd in the Southwest Stakes getting 10 points, 3rd in the Rebel another 15 points, and then got 100 points in the Arkansas Derby. For running style, this horse reminds me a lot of last year's runner-up and Breeders' Cup Classic victor, Sierra Leone. He is a great closer, capable of covering incredible amounts of distance and running down horses. But he is fast in every direction, including the ones he's not supposed to. When he flies, he does fly forward, but he also flies to the right, and he flies to the left. When he switches his lead legs into the stretch, he always drifts to the left, sometimes bumping into other horses, and when he's given the stick on the left hand, he drifts away from it, just like how he did in the Arkansas Derby. It is very difficult for him to maintain a straight course, but he makes up for it with insane speed. It's a very interesting combination, and makes him very visually impressive to watch, but man, he would be a lot better if he knew how to focus. For strengths, he is only improving. His worst performances, such as the 5th in the Iroquois, were at the start of his career. He has placed in the top 3 in his last 5 starts consecutively, which also came under multiple extenuating circumstances. The most obvious one being his hard luck start in the Southwest Stakes, where he jumped to the left and then had to make up all that ground. He can cover up to 16 lengths while winning. He was 13 lengths behind the leaders in the Arkansas Derby, and then won by 2.5. He also will likely enjoy a 1.25 miles. He's bred for it, and also he's a closer. He'll be able to stretch out his legs even more, as shown by his first victory at 1.125 miles being the Arkansas Derby. He runs well in huge fields, as shown at Oaklawn Park, and he has won at slow and fast paces, winning an allowance race where they ran the half in over 48 seconds, and then of course winning the Arkansas Derby after a pace meltdown. Now for weaknesses, I've already talked about it somewhat with his running style, but the biggest thing that is going to hamper this horse is going to be his ability to run straight. That is what cost Sierra Leone last year. His inability to run straight cost him to constantly bump into Forever Young. And guess what? He lost by a nose. If he had just ran straight, then he would have won the Kentucky Derby. So it really can make all the difference. He also tends to run wide, so he usually loses a lot of ground into turns, meaning extra work for Sandman in the stretch. He also isn't as dominant as some people frame him as. He has lost to multiple other Derby contenders, trading blows with Tiz-tastic and Cole Battle. He is not a domineering force, although he is improving at the right time. We'll just see which one is more important. Overall, I would say that Sandman is a consistent horse, knowing how to hit the board no matter what happens, but he's also ornery and has trouble staying straight, which is going to be his biggest thing to overcome on Derby Day. For that, I will give Sandman an A- grade. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Derby Profile, and tell me who you want to cover in the next episode. Something tells me there are going to be some very highly demanded horses in the next few hours. See you guys next time.